Public service announcement. If you're gonna pass a single guy on a trail and you're a girl and he says, hi, maybe say hi back and not just give me an awkward come on.
Or else what? What'll happen if she doesn't? And I have probably watched this 25 times now. And I don't know if this is what you were going for, but this sounds like a threat. And you sound frustrated. You look annoyed. I would not be surprised if she was picking up on both of those things. Also think that you might be blissfully ignorant because you called yourself a single guy and kind of described this like it was a meet cute in a rom-com. As if you do wander through the woods hoping to bump into women who are alone for the purposes of getting their number. The feeling that you heard all of the man versus bear discourse and just refused to believe it. Now, I'm not telling you to stop saying hi to people on trails. I'd go ahead, say hi to strangers that you bump into. But public service announcement, you are not entitled to a response, much less the one that you want. Especially if you are one dude bumping into one woman in the wilderness. If you don't want her to choose the bear over you, stop giving her reasons to choose the bear.
All right. So you guys all heard what this individual had to say. The guy talking in the beginning of the video, his name is Justin Barber. I'm not sure who the guy is who stitched the video, but the guy who's talking originally is Justin Barber. He's got about 100,000 followers on TikTok. Not sure about Instagram and everything else. I checked out his YouTube. He has about 350 followers. So I think, TikTok is his main thing. He's mostly a TikToker. He is a pseudo male model, really into the fitness and everything like that. I will say, if you were to go to his page on TikTok, you might think that this guy is gay. He actually has some videos where people are asking him, is he bisexual? Because like I said, he's a male model, but his content is way beyond the scope of normal, Amber Crombie male model. It's spicier. And he also has an OnlyFans. And if you're doing OnlyFans as a man, you already know that that person is most likely gay. Also, women don't pay for that kind of content. Women don't pay for sex. They don't have to. So it's going to be mostly men who are subscribing to his OF. So you have that there. He could potentially be bi, but that's neither here nor there. The point of the matter is this guy is talking a very bombastic point. And this is actually a red pill talking point. Now, a lot of people aren't going to like that I say that this is a red pill talking point. But if you guys remember, back in around 2019, Kevin Samuels went super mega viral for saying that women are average at best. And then, the lockdowns hit and he just went on a run for the next few years. Now, after he did the whole average at best thing, he was always talking about women need to smile more in public if they want to be approached, if they want to, be approached by men and stuff like that. He was big on especially black women smiling at black men and just making themselves presentable and things like that. And because at the time he was the biggest guy in the space, when he died, he had over 1 million followers. At the time he was the biggest thing in the space. Everybody who was, trying to go viral, they were reacting to his content. So that talking point that women need to smile more, it really went wild that. It caught fire and it went far and wide and everybody talked about it. He talked about it. Fresh and Fit talked about it. They have over 1 million followers. Just Pearly Things, Pearl Davis, she talked about it. She has over 1 million followers. The Poor Man's Podcast, I think he's close to 1 million. MTR, he's close to 1 million. He talked about it. Michael Sartain, the Rich Cooper, Rolo Tomasi, Better Bachelor. All these guys took, a lot of Kevin Samuels' talking points and, they spoke on it for their audience. Everybody in the red pill space, they share talking points. So, I'm not saying that this is, just his, people, this is what the red pill is. This is what they do. They take whatever goes viral and they do their interpretation of it. Okay, no problem. Now, a little bit later, 2022-ish, Andrew Tate comes along and he goes absolutely crazy after Kevin Samuels dies. His content is absolutely everywhere. And that talking point of women need to smile at men actually died, he was the one who actually killed it. Oddly enough, he was basically coming along saying women aren't supposed to give broke men any attention. He started calling the men brokies and everything like that. And, his whole thing was, yes, you need to level up. But Andrew Tate. I don't need to give a rundown on Andrew Tate. He was the one who really killed that women need to smile more talking point, because he basically came right on out and said, she's not going to smile at you because you're broke and you don't have anything to offer, yada, 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 so on and so forth. So, I guess shout out to Andrew Tate for killing a stupid talking point. And the reason I call the talking point stupid is because it's flat out dangerous. And this is why I say, like, men have to police the space. And this is the number one problem with the red pill. No one polices the space. Keep in mind, this guy who's talking in the video, he's not necessarily red pill, but the talking point that he's using is in fact a red pill talking point. And the reason I say that people need to police the space is because when you have a particular talking point and that talking point is stupid or it's just flat out dangerous, what happens when it breaches containment and then a normal person, a regular person, gets a hold of it? Like I said, this guy, if you go to his page, you will see right away that this person is potentially like bisexual or gay. People ask him that, and he has videos addressing that, and he never says that he's not gay. He just says, he has a joke where he says, I'm bipedal. I'm a homo erectus or something like that. I'll try to put the video in.
Am I bi? Yeah. I'm a bipedal. Homo sapien.
But the point of the matter is, people think that he's gay because of the way he presents himself. So I can't tell you that he's straight, because when I look at his profile, he doesn't necessarily look straight, and he's on OF and everything like that. And when you look at his content, the guy seems socially awkward, like to a significant degree. So I can't say that he is red pill in and of himself, but I will say that there's enough of his content where he's talking about people like Clavicular and saying, hey, Clavicular cheats to level up. You need to level up, naturally.
Clav proves what happens when you don't trust your natural potential. He takes shortcuts, TRT, peptides, he even wears makeup. Now he's dependent. You don't need any of this. Trust your natural potential, level up the natural way.
Level up is a red pill talking point. So once again, I won't say that this guy is red pill just unto himself. I'll say I think he's drank the Kool-Aid, maybe a cup or two. I don't think he's ODing on the red pill, but he has gotten a hold of a few red pill talking points, and women need to smile more is one of them. Keep in mind, Andrew Tate kind of killed that talking point. Now, the problem with this is, like I said, men need to police the space. This is a talking point that should have been shot down long ago. It should have never gotten off the ground. And the problem with the red pill is that when people say stupid things, like Kevin Samuels said, oh, women need to smile more. I said Andrew Tate killed the talking point, but he didn't address Kevin Samuels and say, nope, Kevin, you're stupid. This is why women shouldn't smile. Men don't want to police the red pill because they don't want to be called a simp. It's not simping to tell the truth. How many people do we have in the red pill space? To which I want to make this clear. I'm not a part of the red pill space. Used to be, but I left. How many people do you have in the red pill space that shouldn't even be there? Andrew Wilson just got nuked from orbit by a lesbian girl on the whatever podcast because she was like, yo, your wife got 3 baby daddies and you're talking about ecclesiastical marriages and you're talking about traditionalism. There's nothing traditional about this woman that you married, right? He has kids out of wedlock, and I think she has all her kids in wedlock, but still, she's a 3-time baby mom, right? You have people like Myron from Fresh and Fit. This guy is 35. He's a lifelong virgin, or a lifelong bachelor, who potentially a virgin. The first girlfriend he ever had was this chick named Angie, who he had to pay to pretend they were in a relationship. And even she said, oh no, we never had sex. Like, what even is this? And these guys have been outed for paying for sex for like years ago. Abba and Preach outed these guys, right? So these are more guys who, shouldn't be able to talk in the space. You got guys like Donovan Sharp. He got his career nuked after it came out that, he married a single mom. After he had been telling people, no, never commit to a single mom, never move in with a single mom. Single moms are recreational use only. You got people like Cooley Somehow this guy has nearly 1 million followers, even though he got caught doing the same thing Donovan Sharp was doing. Not really sure how, selective outrage in the red pill, but he still has his following. But you guys see what I'm saying. In the red pill, there are lots and lots of creators who are fake. They are fraudulent. They're not winners in real life. They only started touching money when they got to the red pill. Kevin Samuels, he was a loser his whole entire life. And then he got to the red pill and touched money, like real money, for about 6 months. Then he died. Like right before he died, he just caught up on his child support arrears. So this guy was faking the funk. Like all of these guys are faking the funk. They sound great doing it, but they're not real winners. So when these guys come out and say crazy things, nobody wants to check them for some reason, because no one wants to be called a simp. No one wants to be called blue pill. No one wants to be called beta. What happens when a guy like this, the guy who's talking in the video, what happens when a socially awkward, potentially gay guy, what happens when he takes your talking points and he goes and hurts a woman? Not saying that this guy has, not saying that this guy will, but just imagine, let's go to pretend land and say that this guy who's talking this, hey, when you see me alone in the woods, smile at me. What happens if this guy actually goes out there and he hurts a woman and he has this video that's going viral, or it went viral and maybe he hurt some woman 2-3 years in the future? All of a sudden, the police investigators and everybody online is going to see that video and they have something to stick on the red pill, because they can easily just search, oh yeah, this guy, he watches this creator, he watches that creator. Oh, Kevin Samuels went viral saying this. Fresh and Fit went viral saying this. Pearl, Rolo, they all said this. So they can easily say that this is a red pill talking point. And then all of a sudden, this guy's red pill, all of a sudden the whole space looks crazy. This is why I say, I left the red pill. I treated the red pill like a rest stop, got what I needed out of it, and I left. And that's how every man should treat it, because you might end up turning into this guy, right? Hopefully you don't. Not saying this guy's a bad guy. I think he's socially awkward. Not saying he's a criminal or going to hurt any women, but let's just pretend if a guy like this were to do something like that. Do you see how easy it is to make the whole space look bad? And the reason I even address this is because people are still going off in my comments about the Amber Zek situation, and they're mad that I tried to associate her deleter, her killer, with the red pill. And it's like, dude, check his hard drive. I bet you he got some stuff. I bet you this guy follows a ton of red pill creators. This guy wasn't walking around talking about deleting this girl in a vacuum, right? She went to HR many, many times, which means he was doing a whole bunch of things and nobody stepped in to stop him, even though all these men say, oh, the real men work in blue collar and real men protect women, right? So you see how convoluted this can be. You see how all of this can get put back on the red pill space. And this is why I say, 1, you need to get in, get what you need, and get out. 2, if you are a red pill creator, if you talk red pill, it's not simp behavior. It's not blue pill. It's not beta to shoot down stupid talking points such as women need to smile at men on a daggum hiking trail. What happens when she smiles at that person and then he goes and approaches her and she doesn't like him and she's just trying to be courteous, but she wants to get him out of his face? How does she know that he's going to leave when she wants him to leave? What happens when that smile becomes an invitation for conversation or something more, but she doesn't want that, right? You bring danger on yourself. So this conversation, that's not a talking point that should ever really be going on. And thankfully that talking point did die. But now you guys can kind of see the red pill is dangerous for that reason. No one polices the stupid talking points. You got a lot of talking points that are just flat out dumb and nobody wants to call it out. All the while we say women are allergic to accountability, but we don't want to call out men when they say stupid stuff and just put it out there and potentially put it in the hands of a socially awkward, potentially crazy person. Not saying this guy is crazy. This is all hypothetical. We're in the land of pretend right now, but you guys get the point. If you're going to be in the red pill, do yourself a favor and police the space. That way you don't look bad.